BioShock, baby. Oh my god. Dude, it's been such a long time since we've had a BioShock. Like, when did the last BioShock game come out? BioShock Infinite was the last game. 2007. That's when BioShock first released. BioShock 2 releasing in 2010. And then we had BioShock Infinite. I actually really enjoyed Infinite. That's one of my favorite games. Remains one of my favorite games to this day. So we had BioShock Infinite releasing in 2013. Whoa, bro. That's been such a long time. 2013 feels like such a long time ago. That's more than a decade ago. It's been such a long time since I had a BioShock. I mean, we've had BioShocks coming out every couple of years and they just stopped. As far as I know, we had like people reporting they're working on something. People are working on BioShock Infinite. And this was such a vibe, you know. And I enjoy the hell out of this game because of the very, very distinct art style that they have chosen for this game. It still kind of holds up to this day, even though it's been over a decade since this release. The art style, it's kind of a timeless art style. You don't really notice like, oh, it's aged poorly because like the graphics look shit or something. You can't really say that because it's a very intended art style. Isn't that fantastic? It's still, I mean, some of the textures you can tell, okay, the textures have gotten better over the years, but other than that, it's actually holding up pretty well. I really thought that we would keep getting infinite BioShock games, but we just didn't. We had a game called Clockwork Revolution revealed during the Xbox showcase like a few months ago. If you really look at this, okay, this got like a very similar vibe to BioShock Infinite, and I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. But it's a very different game to what BioShock is. It's a very different game. It's got some time mechanics to it. And but yeah, look at it. Like it's got the similar vibe. It's got like steampunk kind of thing going on for it, but it's in terms of like the art style, it looks very similar, and this is how I hope the next BioShock game will look, to be honest. I can't wait for it. But it's been over a decade since we got the last one, but we haven't heard anything, absolutely nothing about the game. You know, absolutely nothing about the game. I think over the years we've heard like few leadership changes happen with the studio, and that the BioShock 4 was in development hell. A lot of like failed internal reviews apparently, and yeah, all that stuff. But we got some internal updates saying, yeah, okay, don't worry, we're still developing the game, blah blah blah. But that's it. We haven't heard or seen anything about the game. Nothing, absolutely nothing about the game. So it looks like we might have something of a leak. Okay, so this is a article posted by MP First. They got their hands on a leak for BioShock 4, and it looks pretty interesting because it's now giving us a bit of a glimpse into the characters and the setting of the game. Exciting stuff, exciting stuff. So first look at the setting and environment details. Inclusion of a prominent casino. This inclusion makes perfect sense as we have repeatedly seen gambling throughout the series, most notably via slot machines. Additionally, separate intel points to a specific district or location named Solaria. While not depicted in the visual assets we obtained, we have heard multiple mentions of this place, along with a specific class of individuals known as Solarians. Whether these are the elite controlling the city, a faction of enemies, or simply everyday citizens remains to be seen. Okay, so we got some screenshots of some of the assets that they have uncovered from this leak. So these are like some frozen exteriors, as they call them. Appear to be early technical tests confirming the inclusion of massive canyon-style landscapes. Considering the snow, it will be interesting to see how this is implemented. We can also see assets for cables and machinery that, even though they're nothing mind-blowing, certainly helps us confirm that artist's aim is to retain the stylized look seen in BioShock Infinite. There you go. That is exciting. These are the images that they're talking about. That looks awesome. That's the canyons. While it looks realistic, it has that stylized look to it. Look at that. This might be like, I don't know if this is the NPC or the main guy that you play as. I'm not sure, but that's probably there to reference the scale. These cables. It's definitely got the stylized steampunk look to it that we've come to expect from BioShock games. The other thing that they have also mentioned, perhaps most exciting for long-term fans, is the possible return of the ecosystem similar to the original games. While we haven't seen the word splicer explicitly, we have found references to a specific individual or entity labeled as a male flusher. While their role is unconfirmed, we speculate that these flushers could function as the city's equivalent to the splicers of Rapture. If you have no idea what splicers are, yeah, these scary things. It looks like there might be similar characters to splicers. You know, I really honestly hope that they bring back Big Daddy. You know, I mean, I know it probably doesn't make sense, but like, it'd be nice to get some Big Daddies back. Furthermore, we've heard about the possible return of the Atom substance in some capacity. This substance from the first two games is known for granting superhuman abilities to its users, and for causing addiction with its overuse, which fuels the hypothesis of crazed citizens roaming the city again. As for who could be pulling the strings from behind the curtain, they think this guy. So this isn't one of the assets. It looks like he's holding like up a globe, like Atlas style. But if you look at the other images, I think it forms part of like one big thing, like this one. And yeah, the articles assumes that this guy might be the villain in the game. That's interesting. The little guy, they think that it might be the main protagonist, but probably not. I think that could just be like an NPC. This is all we got. We haven't got any confirmation about where in the development cycle they are, how close they are, you know, to finishing up, or even showing a trailer. Not sure what's happening. So, but at least we got this. So that seems to suggest that they are obviously working on it, and they might be somewhat further along in the development cycle than we think. Are we close to getting at least a trailer or gameplay reveal, or even just like a BioShock 4 official reveal announcement trailer? I don't know if you're close to that, but it would be nice to get that soon, I hope, in 2026. Fingers crossed. All right, that's all I've got.